So, like, a bunch of these states like Illinois, California, they're not going to do anything. They're going to sit back and, or hell, they may actually try to fight with Trump legally to stop this. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video, and I hope everyone is having a great day. I'm having a great day myself, and before I get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. These are all great ways to support the daily content, but enough of the promotional stuff. Let's get into it because we have breaking news out of Chicago, as it appears that Donald Trump's deportation plan is beginning next week in the city of Chicago. Yeah, that's right. After weeks of speculation about will Trump actually do his deportation plan, will he go forward with it? Despite all of that, yes, it appears that despite what a bunch of people were claiming, he is in fact going to start his deportation plan and starting in the city of Chicago. So let us get into it. The incoming Trump administration intends to carry out post-inauguration immigration raids in Chicago next week, according to two people familiar with the plan in a correspondence reviewed by the New York Times. An opening step in President-elect Donald Trump's goal to oversee the largest deportation operation in American history. Yeah, this is right from the New York Times, not some far-right news outlet, not some random anonymous source. It sounds like, yeah, they are actually prepared, starting like next Monday or even next Tuesday, to begin the largest deportation operation in American history. And that's a good thing. I don't care if people say, we need to do this ASAP. We needed this 10 years ago. But now it's gotten so bad that even a bunch of Democrats, they support mass deportation of illegals because, well, let's face it, this is a crisis. This is not just a couple thousand people. We're talking about millions, hell, probably like 20 to 30 million illegal immigrants in America. That's not just a small number. That's a lot of people that are here illegally. They gotta go. They gotta be deported. The plan, called Operation Safeguard by Immigration and Customs Enforcement, would start on Tuesday, the day after Mr. Trump is inaugurated, and last until the following Monday, according to people familiar with it in the correspondence. The dates were still being finalized, however, and could change. So, no matter what, it sounds like whether it's Tuesday, whether it's Monday, they are beginning right when Trump takes the oath. Not in 5 months or 6 months or whatever. No, it sounds like within the first week of his administration, they're beginning Operation Safeguard. The size of the planned operation was unclear. ICE routinely conducts deportations in cities throughout the United States, but the agency was taking additional steps to ramp up enforcement for the operation and tied it to Mr. Trump's inauguration and a message sent to the personnel throughout the agency. And it sounds like, yeah, it's not just 5 people showing up to Chicago. Apparently, it's up to roughly 150 to 200 ICE agents being sent to Chicago for the raids. I mean, that's not just 5 people showing up. That's an actual operation of, okay, we gotta deport some people. These people gotta go, so we're gonna send 150 and 200 agents. And I like the fact that they're doing this right away, to send a clear message that no more bullshit. We're gonna begin fixing the immigration crisis now. We're not waiting 7 months. We're gonna do it on day 1. For Mr. Trump, the optics of immigration agents sporting ballistic gear and arresting immigrants with uncertain or contested status in a Democratic-led city could be enough. Oh, uncertain or contested bullcrap. I'm getting sick and tired of people saying, oh, these people, they all have uncertain status. No, like 95% of these people, they're here illegally. Stop with this crap with the New York Times of them trying to spin this as, oh, what Trump is doing is harsh. These people, they're here, you know, there's an uncertain status with them. Bull crap. Are you telling me that every single illegal immigrant that came here through the southern border in the last 4 years, you're telling me that every single one of them, they have an unclear status? Bull crap. Now, I'm not denying that some people, they do have unclear status. That's like 2% at most. This idea that all of them are uncertain or they have contested status is bull crap. The incoming administration is eager to find ways to send a message that is cracking down on undocumented immigrants and punishing so-called sanctuary cities. Communities like Chicago that refuse to hand over immigrants detained by the police of federal immigration authorities, which should be illegal. I mean, the fact that we have people still defending this, and it's not 2017 anymore. Back in 2017, this was more of a contested issue, but now even a bunch of Democrats, at least the voters, they are sick and tired of cities like Chicago pulling this crap. They're demanding we do something. But for whatever reason, these Democrat-ran cities, they refuse to work with ICE. Despite the fact that a bunch of voters across America, it's the vast majority, not like a 1% majority. We're talking about probably 60, 70% of people, they support this plan. Despite that, these areas, they don't care. They're saying, no, we're not going to work with ICE. Why? Even the average voter in a bunch of these cities, they're starting to support mass deportation. Don Terry, spokesman for the Chicago police, said the department would not intervene or interfere with any other government agencies performing their duties, but said that it does not document immigration status and will not share information with federal immigration authorities. Wait a minute. So, you don't have immigration status. Okay, fine. But then you're saying you're not going to share information with federal immigration authorities? Wait, what? How does that make any sense? So you don't have the status, which, okay, fine, you don't really know. That's one thing. That's not really your job, but fine, whatever. But at the same time, you're saying that we're not going to share information? What do you mean by that? If you don't document immigration status, just say that. Well, why do you have to say, well, we don't document immigration status, and at the same time, we will not share any information? What? I'm assuming ICE already has all this stuff anyways, but it's why are you talking like this? Why would you say that? Tom Homan, Mr. Trump's pick to oversee his promised mass deportations, has said the public should expect immigration action in the early days of the Trump presidency that creates shock and awe. And that's the thing that we were hoping for, that Trump and Homan, they weren't pissing around in day one. They begin a mass deportation plan. And it seems day one, they're beginning Operation Safeguard. And I really believe that this does one of two things. For starters, it begins the process of mass deportations. That's the most important thing. But like I said earlier, this sends a message to every American, even the illegal immigrants, that, hey, we're not pissing around anymore. We're going to begin doing our job once again. And maybe this does force a bunch of illegals to leave. They self-deport, which I think is what they're trying to do here. They're trying to send a message clear as day that, hey, we are done messing around. We are beginning day one to deport as many illegals as we can. And maybe a bunch of these people say to themselves, you know what? Let's get out of here when we can and try to actually go through the legal process. Let's try to go through the actual legal process to become a U.S. citizen. Hopefully that's what this does. I think it will to a lesser extent. It will make a bunch of people self-deport out of America. So at least that's the hope, I would assume. Mr. Trump has promised to carry out mass deportations that would target millions of unauthorized immigrants in the United States. Mr. Homan has said the administration will not hesitate to deport parents who are in the country illegally but have U.S.-born children. Okay, whoop-de-doo. You're here illegally. You're not pulling this crap of, oh yeah, we're here illegally, but our kid was mysteriously born 7 months after we got here. Or a couple days after we arrived. No, we're not pulling this crap anymore. You're here illegally. And you've been playing games with the system for years. You're gone. Yeah, your kid was born here, but again, it's a whole different debate, but it doesn't matter. You're here illegally. You have to be deported. Get out of here. We are done letting you play with the system. You're going. Mr. Trump's team has also plans to reassign other federal agents and deputize local police officers and members of the National Guard voluntarily contributed by the Republican-run states to help with the deportation efforts, and that's an RW. So, a bunch of these states like Illinois, California, they're not going to do anything. They're going to sit back or hell, they may actually try to fight with Trump legally to stop this, but it sounds like states like Florida, Texas, Alabama, these super Republican states, apparently, they're going to work with the federal government to carry out mass deportations. Good. I mean, we need as much help as we can if we really want to have the biggest deportation operation ever. Mr. Homan has tried to draw attention to these so-called sanctuary cities. So-called? These are the New York Times yet again. They're trying to spin this as, oh, the so-called sanctuary cities. They are sanctuary cities. What do you mean so-called? These cities, they're doing everything they can to prevent the federal government from deporting illegals. That's a fact. New York City, Chicago, San Francisco, LA, the major cities of this country are still sanctuary cities, Mr. Homan said. Then adding, if they're not going to help us, then we'll just double the manpower in those cities. Good. I mean, I'm glad that Homan's in charge of immigration. This is a philosophy we've needed for years. All right, you're going to work with us? Fine. We'll send double manpower. We'll send triple. What are you going to do about it? We'll send the National Guard in. What are you going to do about it? This is the philosophy and attitude we've needed for years. If you're not going to help us, we'll do it ourselves. Fine. But we'll spend the extra couple billion. We'll actually double the manpower in these cities to actually clean it up and get rid of these illegal immigrants. I'm glad that Homan is talking like this. I'm glad that this philosophy is back in the White House. Now, there are questions as to how many people could Trump actually deport. That's the serious question, right? Because there's a lot of illegals. Like, let's be honest. That number of like 10 million illegal immigrants, that is so outdated. We're talking probably like, who knows, but probably 20 to 30 million illegal immigrants that are here that we even know about. I mean, the number could be even higher. But that's the thing. There are so many illegals that flooded the country in just the last 4 years that even with the biggest deportation program ever with Trump, I still have my doubts that he could deport every single illegal, but that's not really the point, I don't think. I think it's, A, deport as many people as you can, and then make these people realize that they gotta go. Get out of here yourself. You have a chance. We sent you a message. Go. And, of course, if Vance wins in 2020, he could continue the program. So I think the goal is just to get as many people out as possible the next 4 years. I'm not thinking he's going to get all 20 million illegals. I don't think it's going to happen. If he does that, that would be great. But is that likely? I would hope that he can pull that out, but I don't know. I think it's very unlikely for Trump to deport that many people. But at the bare minimum, they're not messing around. Week 1, they're starting with Chicago. We're going to deport as many people as we can. We're going to begin immigration raids in the city. We're going to clean that city up. Good. It's about time. Which, by the way, so much for the people saying that, oh, Trump was going to do nothing with immigration. Yeah, really? Day frickin' 1. Hell, it's not even day 1 yet. They're already talking about this like 3 days before he takes the oath of office. What does that tell you? It should tell everyone that they're not messing around. We are actually going to fix the issue once and for all, hopefully. So I have confidence that Trump is going to do a great job. Will it be every single illegal? Probably not. But if he can even get rid of a couple million in like 4 years, that's a big win. And at the same time, make people realize they cannot come here illegally. If they want to come here, they got to go through the legal process. No more crap of, oh, well, we came here illegally, but we mysteriously had a kid 8 months after the fact. No more crap like that. No, you are gone. You're not going to have an anchor baby to stay here. You are gone. Get out. You're not allowed here unless you come here legally. But we shall see what happens. I mean, I'm excited that it's not even day 1 yet, and already they're talking a big game about, yeah, we are beginning a Operation Safeguard in Chicago. Hey, I like the sounds of it. We are actually fixing the problems day frickin' 1. So let's hope that Trump, Stephen Miller, Tom Homan, let us hope they cook up something good. Because right now, I like the sounds of it. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below. Subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell. Follow the social media accounts in the description down below. And of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.